good morning into the next day following yesterday. Basically, I drove until like 1 a.m., slept for I think 5.5 hours, and now I'm continuing on. And I don't even know, I didn't put the address in the GPS or anything, so I don't know exactly what time I'll arrive, but sometime between 12 and 1. Between noon and 1 o'clock. And my cutoff time is by 3 at the worst case scenario. Beautiful morning. Transferring over from Montana into Idaho. Here we are. Stopped by the house as I was driving literally like right by, not on this highway, but on I-90, and I'm just under a mile from the freeway. It makes it real convenient if you're going, you know, into town or out of town or whatever, anything like that. And what did I stop by for? Just to say hi, and then got me some cucumbers, homegrown, at our house, and a little bit of snacks, some kielbasa. If you get, in English, maybe it's called kielbasa, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, 3 different kinds of sausage in here, some Russian rye bread. So I'll be snacking away, but this is the ticket right here, is these cucumbers. Straight from our greenhouse. Look at these. These are not your typical American cucumbers. These taste and smell amazing compared to those. You guys just have to trust me. What does this guy want to do? So many accidents happen right there at that intersection here by my house. It's crazy. Almost every day there's some kind of an accident out here. People don't pay attention because people come this way and people go this way, and they're trying to turn, and there's 2 different lanes of traffic. There's people turning, there's people going on the freeway, there's people coming this way on the freeway. It's just, it's a weird intersection. I think I don't know, they should do something about that one there. Either do a roundabout somewhere off to the side for that area, or designate a special lane for them, or I don't know. I would redo that whole deal, because lots of accidents happen there. I think people just kind of get confused. All right, about 3 hours to Yakima, and we're there. Looks like we'll be there around 12:30. I filled up in Idaho. Price dropped overnight. Yesterday when I was going over there, I filled up for $3.55, and today it's $3.49, and I got my other 2 cents off, so $3.47 is what the ending price was per gallon, which is neat. It's pretty good versus, you know, the West Coast, Portland, Seattle area, and California. That's a really good price. I did one of those Home Depot runs one time where in Spokane that didn't want to unload me, so hopefully today is not going to be the same thing. But supposedly broker did speak to whoever they needed to speak to over there, and they said they had no problem loading a van. So I just got to go and speak to the correct person and see what we're picking up and bring it on over there. Beautiful day today. 75 degrees though. That's a huge change from what it was. 90s. And I don't know why today is one of those cold days, and then we're starting to pick back up and being in the 85s, 80s, things like that. It's middle of August still, so August is usually still a hot month, and then usually after August we're pretty much done with summer. Usually that's how it is. So hopefully we're still going to get some boating time, but it'll be what it'll be. We just got to enjoy it as much as we can, because summers are short. When you're spending big money on a boat, kids are into wake surfing, water sports. So, you know, for me, I wasn't planning on being on the road today. It just kind of happened for today. Otherwise, right after work, I'd be straight on the lake. But looks like it ain't happening today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we got church, maybe Thursday, and then Friday church in the evening, so that's not happening. And then we got Saturday and Sunday too, so Sunday after church, Saturday all day. So even if we get to hopefully use it still 3 times a week, that's still not bad, not horrible. You guys know this place. We stop by here pretty often. Or I drive through here often. I don't really stop by much, but anymore. Just don't feel like showing the same exact thing over and over and over again. But hey, if you're new to the channel, look at this. It's actually a beautiful day on the water today. Look at that, it's so calm in some areas. Then we got a little bit of wind, if you can tell by the water. One of those days where it'd be a perfect boating day out here. Not much of a shoreline here, but you know, maybe somewhere down that way towards Moses Lake. Popular place for a lot of people to just stop by, get out, stretch their feet, walk around a little bit. And I don't understand what's in the water in some spots over there in the middle. Looks like a little bit of white, but maybe like pieces of bush. I don't know. Hard to tell from here, so far away. I think we got maybe, I don't remember what it's, maybe 60 miles-ish, maybe just a little more. Somewhere around there. And then we'll be, whoa. What is this, little lizard? Oh, it is a little lizard, baby one. Come here, buddy. We don't get to see lizards here that often. So maybe 60 miles, maybe 70 miles, and I'm there, somewhere around there. So probably about an hour, if even that. And we're gonna be at home base at pickup, so let's go get it. I think we got maybe, I don't remember what it's, maybe 60 miles-ish, maybe just a little more. Somewhere around there. And then we'll be, whoa, what is this, little lizard? Oh, it is a little lizard, baby one. Come here, buddy. We don't get to see lizards here that often. So maybe 60 miles, maybe 70 miles, and I'm there, somewhere around there. So probably about an hour, if even that. And we're gonna be at home base at pickup, so let's go get it. How exact was I? 66 miles left. And I didn't even look at it at the GPS before. I just kind of a wild guess. We'll see, maybe on the way back it'll warm up a little more. It's 77 now. If it warms up a bit more, then we'll go swimming either here or I'll go swimming right there. But I do feel like getting wet in the water today. Maybe grab the pole, do a little fishing right there. Last time I was screwing around over there. This was probably last year, if even that, maybe 2 years ago. I saw some big trout over there. I know the area, so they should be around there still. So we'll see. Maybe we can get them, or at least one. I'll take even one to go smoke it at home. Okay, even with stopping at home, 12:21 is when I'm here. Now I'll go to the back of the area where the shipping area is. See if I can speak to somebody there. Find this roll of vinyl. It's a roll of vinyl that I'm picking up. Proof once again that in little towns, people are actually people instead of, everybody's trying to be boss, everybody's trying to act like a boss, follow the rules so much that, you're not about helping people, but you're just about more of non-helping people. So kind of sucks that, that's the case, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, I think he's gonna come out right over here. He was saying something about getting the gate open and he'll meet me out here. So I think this is it. This is the area where he's going to be at. Okay, it's just one roll of vinyl is what it looked like. He's got it on his forklift. And then all the other places that I've been to, they always keep saying, oh, we're not allowed to leave this warehouse area with this thing. So they're not allowed. They can if they want to or needed to, but not a big deal for them, I guess. In some areas they want to pay for a big truck and deal with the big truck and appointments and all that, versus somebody coming with a roll or two, getting it over here fast, easy, quickly, easy load, unload, whatever. It is what it is. What can you do? Thank God for small towns and good people that live in these small towns, that we can still get the job done whenever we need to. All right, I'll go open up my doors and wait for him to show up. Here's the roll right here. This is it. I guess it's just something that didn't fit on their rack or something like that, and they're sending it back, or I don't know, whatever. My understanding is it's a return. That's all I really need to know. So, and it pays me a round trip too. So that's all that matters. We'll go get this dropped off probably like right now. Don't even waste time. That way, tomorrow is a new free day. In my opinion, Costco's got the best, tastiest ice cream. You can get sundae, swirls, chocolate, vanilla, whatever. Stuff with strawberry. That's what I got. Is a strawberry sundae. I think it's like $2.49 or $2.99, one of those. I think it's $2.50 for this full cup. Don't mind that it's melted because I already had a slice of pizza as well. $2 slice of pizza, huge, and an ice cream. That's my lunch for today. But this is better, unless it's better than any Cold Stone, Baskin Robbins, any of that kind of stuff, in my opinion. If you like, you know, vanilla, chocolate, or swirl ice cream or whatever, if you like just plain ice cream, the taste of plain ice cream. But if you like those flavors and all that fakeness, yeah, then maybe you'll like the other stuff. But try the Costco one. Why I went to Costco? Well, my wife's like, hey, you're picking up from a Costco across the street from where you're at. Why don't you go grab 2 watermelons? So I got watermelons and food. I got 2 here and 1 in the back, so 3 watermelons total. Costco's got big watermelons. Good morning. Next day, drop off time, and I'm a little later than what I thought. Well, basically, I thought it was dropping off later, and I kind of spaced it. I got busy in the office in the morning trying to deal with some few things, and then all of a sudden broker's like, hey, do you, because when I spoke to her on the phone, she told me it's not an excuse, but hey, it's what was going on in my head, and it's definitely not an excuse of any kind. I dropped the ball, but I was supposed to be there supposedly at 8 in the morning at opening, and it's already 10:47, and at 10:30 she's asking, hey, what are you, have you dropped off that load, or when are you planning to drop it off? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I look and I'm like, man, first of all, I totally forgot that I had it in the back of the van, because usually by the time I get home, everything's dropped off and done. So that's one thing. The other part is, for some reason, yesterday when I was coming home, I kind of thought that I had, you know, an unlimited amount of time to drop it off, because when I spoke to the broker on the phone, she told me, we're not in a hurry to get it back, just, you know, we're in a hurry to pick it up, so we got to pick it up as soon as possible. But the drop off is not a big deal. And that's what I thought, but the rate confirmation said something different, and I just did not look at it. Dispatch thought that I was, you know, in the loop and knew exactly when it was dropping off, because it was my load and I have access to seeing everything, and nobody sent me any kind of information. But it is 100% totally my fault. Like, really, it is. So beautiful day today. Got my coffee here that I still haven't finished up, so grabbed it with me, and then it's about a 15-minute drive to the delivery location, so it's not horribly far from me. And those of you guys who think that right now you can put a driver inside of your van and make money that way, guys, honestly, it's going to be super hard. I mean, everything has to be on your side for that to be able to happen. I'm serious, like, everything has to be on your side. You have to keep getting loads consistently every single day, and long loads, and your driver has to be able to handle those long loads, those long mileages, and you can't have any downtime. Downtime meaning today you don't get a load, but tomorrow you do get a load, that kind of thing. Mileage has to be there, and the pay has to be there, and you consistently have to keep rolling. And the problem is, right now, the only people that can really make money is the actual owner-operator. You are the owner of the van, and you are going to be the one that's making the money. Because if you're planning to still pay a driver in the current market, with the current rates, and with the currently how busy or how slow things are, it's going to be super hard for that driver to be able to stay with you, because he needs consistent mileage to be able to make money, and he gets paid per mile. So if he has a day where he's not working, that means he didn't make anything that day, and the next day if he only did like a 500-mile run and you're paying him I don't know how many cents a mile, if the current average is like 80 cents a mile, what are you going to pay him, and what are you going to have left over after your insurance, your maintenance, and everything else? There's just nobody's going to drive for 25 cents a mile, because they're just not. And you can't afford to pay him 30% of the load and cover the fuel and everything else, because that's about what the owner-operator would probably make after all your payments and everything else. You know, it's good for the people that don't have any van payments and their insurance is cheap. Then you can still make some money and pocket it. But to put an actual driver in the van right now and you planning to make money, it's gonna be a tough road, honestly. It really is. And if some of you guys do it, let me know how it is and how good you are at retaining drivers, because the problem is they hop around. They call from company to company daily looking for something better, something with more miles, something with more pay, something with maybe consistent lanes and all that. But in expediting, there is no consistent lanes, because we deal with emergency time critical freight. We don't deal with, you know, factory or some kind of production that constantly either has a load every single day or once a week or every other day or things like that. There's no such thing in expediting. We deal with time critical freight, something that's needed like right now, something that's been forgotten, something that's been that something broke down somewhere and the part is needed, something that got left behind somewhere, maybe something got lost and found, things like that. Hopefully you guys understand. And those of you who want to, you know, make me feel bad by saying, oh, look at that, Andre the owner himself did a boo-boo and, you know, didn't deliver it on time and has a screw up and all that kind of stuff. You know, for you guys, you know, not to break your bubble, but broker said, hey, no problem, no worries. I told her, man, I'm sorry. You know, she understands, and she's like, hey, it's no big deal as long as you can bring it there by 3 p.m. We're good. So, but either way, I'm not waiting till 3 p.m. I'm heading over there now to get it delivered right away. So, be there in about 10 minutes, and she knows who she's dealing with. She's called me for advice before with other drivers and things, and for other things, and you know, when she needs something, she just calls straight to myself. She doesn't normally even call the office. If it's something that I'm going to be doing myself, she calls just on the phone and offers me things, or even texts and says, hey, I have this and this and this. How much would you charge for that and that, and other things too. So we're kind of in a good relationship. I'm not in the market to break any kind of relationship or to leave some kind of a bad taste in somebody's mouth because I screwed up. That's totally my fault. And if she wanted to charge me for that, I'd say welcome, go ahead and do it, because it's totally my fault. I'm gonna own up to it, but she's not in a hurry to receive it. It's just something that she set up electronically, and that's kind of what it's due at. But besides that, they weren't in a real hurry to receive it. They were just in a real hurry to take it back from Lowe's itself, because they didn't want it to get lost or get put on another truck. It's some kind of like a roll of like rubber, kind of like a rubber floor mat, but it's kind of picture a rubber floor mat for the shower, but this is more industrial and it's all rubber. So that's what the roll is. It's vinyl, but I think it's made for like more of an industrial, like maybe kitchen somewhere, maybe industrial, like washroom or, you know, laundry room somewhere, or something like that, something more industrial, or maybe even in a garage. This could work out really good in a garage as well somewhere, or in a shop where there's either a bathroom or something where it needs to be more of a non-slip surface. So it kind of has the texture of like one of those, back in the day in the 90s, people used to put in those rubber mats in their showers, where the non-slip ones, where it has the suction cups on one side and on the other side it's got one of those like textures with round looking things. That's what this is. We are here. I'm gonna back in and get this unloaded and we're going home. I see people walking around in there with their vests on, reflective. So there are folks there that can unload me right away. Sometimes these guys get so busy that they just don't even have enough drivers or enough people to unload. And at other times they get so slow that they just send everybody home, and then all of a sudden something comes up. Okay, should be good enough. Camera is always helpful. My drop is complete. Those of you guys who watched it all the way to the end, a special thank you for you guys for doing so. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel and you're new to this and you're more interested about expediting, there's probably around 400 videos on the channel already from a few years ago even up until now about expediting, about what this is, about what we do as drivers, about how to do things, about what to do and what not to do. Pretty much it's like an open book for somebody to watch and learn, and if somebody wants to come on board and do this, you know, then you guys have really all the tools that I really never had when I started the business. 10 years ago, if there was somebody doing some kind of a YouTube and tutorials or anything else on this, I didn't know about it, because even 10 years ago, YouTube wasn't even as popular as it is now. So I had no clue about any of this. I started myself. It was super hard. I didn't know if it was going to work out or not. 9 months I worked harder than anybody could ever work, learning myself, creating mistakes, learning from my mistakes, working things out the way they need to be worked out, you know, trying to figure out what works best, what doesn't work best, and where to go, where not to. There's just so much that I wish that back then I had some kind of tools to rely on, but you guys definitely do now, and they're free. They're free. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. Take care. Hopefully everything works out for you. If you're a driver, be safe on the road, please. Hopefully you guys have enough freight, stay busy enough, clear all the miles you can clear, and you guys are able to provide for yourself and your families doing what we do in these tough times. Still, they're still tough. I mean, they're still better than working at any factory or really having any other kind of job, most likely, unless you're like in a medical field and you're making 6 figures a year and you're loving it, then yeah. But you know, even doctors and nurses still do get a hold of us because they do want to change things up. They think that they can make a ton of money in this business and so on and so forth. You're not going to make a ton of money currently, right now, middle of August 2024. You're not going to make a ton of money, but you're going to make enough money, and you're going to have enough free time.
Feet, continue straight to stay.
Enough free time to actually enjoy life and take your vacations, take time off, and for the time that you're working versus you are waiting for a load or not working, it all compensates. In the end, it all compensates. But you do have to be a good driver. You do have to be able to clear a lot of miles, and you do have to drive all night whenever needed, because a lot of times it is needed, and sometimes you'll end up with a few hours of sleep, extra hours that allow you to do that. But when it comes winter time, it's going to be tougher. In the winter time, things are a bit, unpredictable. So God bless. Take care, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Helps with the channel. It gives me motivation to create more content for you guys, to change things up if I need to. And if you guys have questions, Minect app. Minect. It's going to be down in the description. Maybe I'll do a screenshot of it. I'm not sure if I remember to do so when I'm editing, but that's the best platform to get a hold of answers directly from me versus like emailing to our company email, and then hopefully it doesn't go to spam, and hopefully you do get an answer from somebody if they're not busy, things like that. But if you guys are looking to get direct answers from me, we can do it through the Minect app. God bless. Take care, guys. We'll see each other next time.